How's it going? How are you all? A quick report on what's been happening. Regarding earthquakes, there's been a lot of activity today, starting with 2 earthquakes in Mexico. One of 5.4 off the coast of Jalisco, another one heading toward Chiapas. But also in California over near San Francisco, there's also a seismic swarm in Turkey. Let's go into the details of what is known about this seismic activity. Thanks for joining us. How have you been? Thank you for starting the week with PPN Vivo here with the international news. This time, we're covering a seismic topic. Let's get right into the details because something has been reported. And before you tell me that the earthquakes didn't make sense, let's go over the details first, okay? To what's been happening right now since the 5.4 earthquake was recorded this morning off the coast of Jalisco. According to the same National Seismological Service, they said it was 5.4, and in fact, the United States Geological Survey also confirms this information. 10 kilometers deep. The epicenter was about 230 kilometers, 220 kilometers approximately, southwest of Cihuatlan, in the coastal area of the Mexican Pacific. The epicenter was in the sea, typically lessening land impact. Civil protection would have said the same thing. No damage or perception of the movement in the territory has been reported, according to the latest reports, despite the magnitude. Thank you. Evacuation protocols were not activated and no structural damage was reported. In the Chiapas earthquake, well, it was of a lesser force, let's say, but anyway, let's go ahead and mention it now. An earthquake with a magnitude of 4.5 occurred in Puerto Madero at a depth of 10 kilometers. In California, what happened there? Let's discuss the details. Why? There was an earthquake that was felt in the Berkeley region, California. This happened today, September 22, according to the United States Geological Survey. That's it, there's the report, that's it. Where did this earthquake happen? That's all? Actually, there are 2 earthquakes, one of 4.3 and another one of, 2.6, the first one, the 4.3. Since it was very close to the epicenter in urban areas, it definitely would have been felt. The earthquake occurred at 2:57 in the early morning today. 2 kilometers southeast of Berkeley, at a depth of 7.8 kilometers, reports say. This densely populated area is near the San Andreas Fault. The incidents were mainly recorded at the moment when 24,000 people reported feeling the earthquake. Many described it as the strongest in years. That's what they've said. The United States Geological Survey issued a green alert indicating a low probability of structural damage or casualties. There is a low probability of damage, says the United States Geological Survey. Trains are running at reduced speed for now, while safety inspections on the tracks are being completed. The San Francisco Department of Emergency Management said 911 calls increased, but no injuries were reported. The mayor of San Francisco, Daniel Lurie, reportedly called for caution and reminded citizens of the emergency protocols. Obviously, he says, stay prepared. San Francisco is a seismic zone. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on, he reportedly said on X. The San Francisco Bay Area, where 7 million people live, is located right on the San Andreas Fault, one of the most active in the world. Back in 1906, there was a major earthquake that destroyed San Francisco, caused fires, and resulted in numerous casualties. Well, and it's expected that sooner or later a big one could come, right? A big earthquake, so we always have to be prepared. No evacuation orders were issued. There haven't been any school closures so far, but it was recommended to stay informed. Another issue that also draws attention regarding seismic matters, and today I tell you we started this September 21st with a lot of activity in that regard. Well, there was also a seismic swarm, right? Shall we head over to Turkey? Let's see if we can observe this movement that would have occurred in that region of the world. According to the reports, a seismic swarm has been reported in Turkey. Here, the United States Geological Survey doesn't see it, meaning it doesn't see all the earthquakes that they report. But according to Turkey, there have been several important reports in the last 24 hours. One of them was a magnitude 5.1. This earthquake started yesterday with the 5.1, and after that there have been several significant earthquakes, then a 4.6, and so, in the city of Sindirki, southwest of Istanbul. So far, no damage has been reported either, but they do report being alert. The activity is taking place in a context of greater global concern due to the intense activity that has occurred in recent years in Turkey and the intense activity that is happening. Do you know where else in Russia? Right now, there is some pretty intense activity. Another swarm. This one looks much more active. What is it? In the Kamchunk area? What we're seeing here is just from the last 2 days, where strong seismic activity has been reported. Kamchunk is an area right in the middle of the Ring of Fire. In that part of Russia, which is right next to Japan, between Alaska and Japan, and which has a lot of volcanic and seismic activity, one of the characteristics of this area. Scientists warn that these magnitude 4 and 5 quakes could be a rapid sequence of events that might indicate accumulated tension leading to a larger earthquake. So, that's why they're sometimes called precursors. The city of Sidiriji, over there near the capital, near Ankara, would be alert, right? It's around 200 kilometers from Istanbul. And the United States Geological Survey has also been reporting that they were able to detect this earthquake as well, although they did not detect the aftershocks. Well, that's the situation. According to the reports, in this area of Krenchanka, there is a lot of activity. And just look at what's happening in Jalisco. Although this earthquake that was reported a few moments ago, we have to remember that a small swarm has already been reported in Jalisco as well. In the last few hours, 10 earthquakes have been recorded. According to what is known, in the last few hours, Jalisco has recorded 10 earthquakes. The last one was magnitude 5.4. The other 9 movements, the other 9 earthquakes ranged from magnitude 1.6 to 4. There's been activity, especially since yesterday. Earthquakes. I think it's important to mention it, right? As always, right? Where there are earthquakes, where it's a seismic area, well, we have to keep this information in mind and above all, keep the protocols in mind. I mean, knowing what to do and if your family, your friends and so on don't know what they are, well, explain it to them, right? Give them that information, share that information without fear or anything. Simply, well, just to know what to do in case of a problem. In fact, many people are used to doing family drills to see where the exits are, where we can meet, in case there's a problem, and so on and so forth. But anyway, those are the kinds of things you already know. So, let's move on to other topics, to other matters. In a moment, we'll be paying attention. But the municipalities of Casimiro Castillo, Tomatlan, Piaumo, Cuautitlan de Garcia Barragan, and off the coast of Chihuatlan are the areas where these earthquakes have been happening, over there in Jalisco. So please stay alert. Let's go. We'll be back in a moment with a different kind of information, with other situations happening around the world.